Yeah. We get lit, we get fly, we get drunk, we get high. But to the masses, we a podcast called Verified. I'm your host. I am JopauL. We are sponsored by Radio Pushes and Results in No Hype. And we are also sponsored by Major Papers. Major Papers. It's a 50 pack. Save yourself some money. Go get a 50 pack right now. It's 100% organic and it is owned and operated by a veteran. And 10 or 15%, I'm not sure which one, goes to the Wounded Warriors Foundation. So please support our troops. We are also sponsored by Ghost Exclusive. I am going to be smoking on their signature brand called El Presidente. I don't know if you can see this, but this is that straight gas right here. But anyways, to the man of the hour, the one and only, the podfather of them all, DJ EFN. It's been a year since we have last spoke, since I first started this podcast. There's been a lot that is going on. There's a lot for us to cover. But this episode is to finally give you your appreciation and show our appreciation to you, because you're giving flowers to everyone, but you are a staple in the hip hop culture. The stuff that you've done over the course of the past 3 decades is priceless. You couldn't put a value on it because you are one of the pillars of hip hop. You are one of the corner blocks of the foundation of the mansion that we know as hip hop. So without further ado, the podfather himself, DJ EFN. See how excited I get? I just threw my phone down right there. DJ EFN, how the hell are you?
What's good, homie? I mean, damn, man. To say that I'm a pillar of hip hop is crazy to me, but I appreciate it, man. Like,
why you really don't feel like that? I mean, I know that we're like humble, and we're what we stand for, but you ever look in the mirror and be like, damn, I did a lot of shit. Like, I impacted a lot of motherfucking lives out this bitch.
Nah, I don't do that, man. I mean, I try not, because I think that gets in the way of just doing dope shit, and I don't want to sit there and, like, I'm here to celebrate other people. I'm here to celebrate the culture, and I don't do that, and I'm just, my whole thing is, the only thing that I am proud about most of all is that all I ever wanted to do was put on for my city when it came to hip hop, and I'm proud of that. That
well said.
Yeah.
Well said. I wish more people would take that approach to hip hop. A lot of people feel like it's very about themselves, and they don't know how to really. I mean, the whole purpose of the culture, of the hip hop culture in general, was to provide for the community, and to give back, so it's like, I feel like we've gotten away from the essence of that. So I'm glad that we have you on here so I can give you your flowers and say, my motherfucker, thank you for all that you do, and please continue to do that, especially because it's Hispanic Heritage Month. It's a pleasure that we have you on here, of Cuban descent. I feel like you are a role model for Cuban Americans, in the realm of hip hop. So do you ever feel like you're like a role model to a lot of the people from you're from Cuba?
I mean, I definitely want to, and not just Cuba. Like, I want to represent for all Latinos as well. Like from my Mexican brothers, my Guatemalans, the Colombians, whoever, all Latinos. I want to be a representation. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? Role model, depends. But because in the world of art and music, you got to be careful with being a role model, because we're all imperfect people. But to be a representation, to inspire people, I hope to do that, and yeah, that'd be dope if people feel that way about me.
Oh, well, I feel that about you. I mean, anytime that there's any discussion about anything involving anyone of Hispanic or Latino heritage, in the realm of hip hop, I always bring up your name, because I feel like if there's a conversation to be had, I feel like your name needs to be kind of a part of that, because what you've done for the culture in Miami, as well as the culture of hip hop as a whole, I mean, I feel like there should be you should have your own exhibit in the hip hop museum that just opened, because
you blow my head up, bro.
Listen, that's what I'm here. That's what I'm here for. Okay, it's my time to blow you up. You know what I'm saying? I know how you give your flowers. So I mean, I know you're a humble dude. So just take all the compliments that that I give you, because it's well deserved. And I hear it because I'm still in the streets. I still hear people talking, and always people reference Drink Champs. People still reference the Miami culture of how you and some select DJs, are able to kind of, shift the culture and get a lot of New York eyes to kind of look down at, at the South, because it was always, I feel like there was always a disconnect, or at least like during the 90s, where it was like New York had the full dominance, you know. So
Right.
what was it like as a DJ, you know, and as like a producer, because I know that you make, you know, tons of music as well. What was it like going against that like wall of resistance in New York before you had that relationship with Nori?
It was a love-hate relationship in the sense that just as a fan and then coming into the industry side of it, but as a fan, as a young teenager, just being a part of the local hip-hop scene, we were fighting the whole stigma of that hip-hop equaled New York. And you had a lot of people who had moved down from New York, so they were calling themselves, you know, they're like New Yorkers. And I come to find out later on, a lot of cities had this issue. Even in like the movie ATL, they kind of, that one dude that was like the New York dude in the movie. So we were always, and you know, our thing was that we're going to these hip hop parties, we're going to these jams, eventually to clubs, and they're shouting out Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and we're in Miami. We're like, yo, are we not proud of our city? You know, and I understand people are from different places. I'm originally from LA, and you know, and I have pride for my roots in LA, as I would expect someone from New York to have pride. But when we're building up a local scene, you can't build it on the identity of another place.
Facts.
And because then you're not gonna, you know, how do you inspire the next generation? Like, we had to have our own scene. So that was the whole thing, man. Then when it came to the industry, yeah, they definitely didn't respect Miami heads and the South as a whole. And then, you know, and then throwing the Latino thing, that had a certain thing too that was going on there. So there was a lot of pushback, a lot of walls, but it was never that we hated, because we loved all the music coming. The difference for someone like me per se is I loved hip hop from wherever it came from, as long as it was dope. You know, I had my West Coast taste, you know, from my roots. I loved all the West Coast stuff, the Midwest stuff, you know, ATL, New York, New Jersey. If it was dope, you know,
It was
I was
dope.
fucking with it. Yeah. And at that time, New York reigned supreme. So a lot of the dopest shit was coming out of New York, you know?
This is true. I mean, I also feel like the DJs at the top radio stations, which kind of had the pull, which were I guess the status quo, you know, of the industry at the time, you know, before people in different radio markets were able to really like build their name as, you know, like, I mean, a couple of names are like escaping me right now, but, you know, in Atlanta, in Texas, in Florida, you know, Miami, California, LA, you know, the stations that were there, do you think they were as big as the Hot 97s or the 105.1s just in their particular city? Or was something extra special about 105.1 and 97?
Well, one of the problems that kind of you're identifying, and I'm assuming you just didn't know, is that a market, well, I can only speak from Miami, I can't, but I'm pretty sure a lot of other markets were like this. We didn't have full-blown hip-hop stations, number one.
Right.
And we didn't have barely even hip-hop mix shows on the commercial radio stations. That didn't come till late 90s. And that was crazy enough, by way of Luke. Luke ended up bringing over Khaled to his radio show on 99 Jams, which is one of our biggest commercial radio stations. And that's where you started to get a commercial radio hip-hop mix show. But before that, it was all pirate radio and college radio, which is what I was heavy involved in. Khaled was heavy involved in. That's the only, you know, airwaves we have. We didn't have commercial radio that was playing hip hop, you know?
So what do you think about the music nowadays? Like, are you fucking with it? Like, I mean, like, what's your opinion of it? I mean, I know that's a really broad question. It's like, you know, but it just in general, like, I mean, how about the state of hip hop right now?
I mean, it's a loaded question, and it is broad at the same time. I mean, look, I think that there's a lot of dope artists out there. I think what's dope about hip hop today is that you've eliminated a lot of the gatekeepers, sort of say, and where before, if you reached a certain age, kind of like, you know, DrinkChamps has helped with this and Versus has helped with this. I feel like there's a new dawn where, as long as you still have, you know, breath in your body and able to create dope art, you know, there's, you know, you could find the audience that's going to consume it. So it doesn't put a cap on age or whatever, you know.
Agreed. It goes back to what you said. A dope song is a dope song, no matter where it's from or from who it's from.
Right.
Because I mean, because look at Mike Geronimo, and not saying he's old, but he's been around for a long time. Like his first two singles that he released are fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I like when he killed this I forgot the name of the record, but he killed this drill type record. It's like, okay, like this could be accepted by every single person. Doesn't matter what his age or anything like that. And I hate that hip hop has a barrier, like where it's like once you reach a certain age, like Nori always says, it's like, oh, you're washed up. But that's bullshit. We're just seasoned. I mean, you get better with age. I know that in terms of my lyrical ability, I'm the best that I've ever been ever now. Like my pen, I can't even touch it without it melting because I'm literally leaking like liquid magma onto my paper. So it's like, I feel like the introduction of social media to you finding your core fan base plays a lot into today's day and age. But you still didn't answer my question. Are you really fucking with today's music though?
Yeah, because today's music isn't necessarily like when someone would say that in the past, today's music meant automatically a certain demographic of what was popping on radio.
Okay, I got you.
Today's music could be, Griselda, who are older dudes doing dope ass music that's new to people right now.
Dope
what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. There's so much to listen to that there is a lot of dope hip hop. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dope music coming out. And one thing I want to touch on is that there's a difference between industry and culture. And the industry used to dictate, you too old now. The industry used to dictate what it looked like and sounded like to be hip hop. And we had no other choice because the industry controlled everything.
Along with the gatekeepers.
Right. But the culture has no time limit. The culture doesn't do that because as long as you active, you still in the culture. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So those are the differences. The only thing that I think that today versus before where I don't fuck with it is that it's just too much stuff, too many artists, too much music out there. And the problem
total saturation. I make this analogy to I mentor and I consult a bunch of artists and I make this metaphor all the time. It's basically the music industry and all the artists in it. Everyone is running the New York City Marathon with cinder block sneakers on in a 4-foot pile of sludge. How the fuck are you chiseling off that cinder block, sneakers, standing on the next person's shoulders that's in the 4 foot of sludge so that you can actually be seen? So there is an oversaturation in the market. So I tend to agree.
Oversaturation and too much ease to be able to call yourself an artist. Anybody could record a record on their phone, on their laptop. Anybody could put it out and put up social media, SoundCloud, anybody, and then say, boom, I'm an artist.
I'm glad you said that. Brings me up to, if I could show you my notes right here. I have an idea of how to fix that. So in the grand scheme of things of creating a hip hop union, just like with SAG, just like with the other institutions, you have to pay a monthly or yearly fee in order to actually call yourself an artist or an actor. And just like SAG, you have to have a certain number of, like hours or lines in an actual movie to get your SAG card, or else you're
someone has to refer you that's already
right. This is like
veteran as well.
Right. And we're not trying to keep people out, but we're trying to say you can't record a song in 15 minutes from your phone and call yourself an artist when there are people that are really trying to do this for a living. If you want to do it as a hobby, cool. Music is for everyone. I understand. But if we give a barrier of entry into that and you have to sustain it, okay, you're a real artist because you're a part of, DJ EFN and JopauL's hip hop union, where you have to pay, $100 every 6 months, to keep your membership going. And that in itself kind of pays for our premiums, which will provide for somebody's amputation if they catch scurvy in their leg, a hip hop legend, or if funeral expenses need to get paid because they've been fucked over and they didn't get their publishing until they were dead. So so I feel like we need a little barrier of entry before people can just call themselves a bona fide artist. So
yeah, and what you're talking about, this you've heard us talk about it on Drink Champs forever, and it's funny because I'm always referring to SAG as a model,
as a reference. It definitely is. I mean, we should have that,
and it's something that to this day I'm still talking to people behind the scenes, seeing how we can launch something like this.
Well, I've been actually behind the scenes. I've been doing the same thing, and I don't want to talk about it here because it's probably like this proprietary shit. But I've linked up with some of like the biggest people of yesteryear in the hip hop industry. That if we all come together and do it like a round table, we can probably put this together with not too much struggle at all, because the people that I have are experts in their own field when it comes to insurance, finance, coverage. You know, it would be a great meeting of the minds, and I think it's worth it. It's worth it. So after we get off, I'd love to explain exactly what I'm talking about, and if we could put it together, because I'm for hip hop, I'm for people, and I know that the deals that were structured yesteryear from some of our legends, they're gonna die broke. And if we can do something to kind of help them along the way, if God forbid something happens, or if we can help one person, it's worth it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So we'll talk about it. But speaking about music, what do you look for when you have a new review show, which I want to talk about a little bit. What do you exactly look for when you're asking people to submit music to you, and go through the whole process so people can understand what it is that you actually do? And then we're going to do like a trial run of what you actually do.
Right. I mean, it's not really a show. I'm doing this. It's a platform called Breaker that I've partnered up with for these IG lives. And I don't really like to call them reviews personally, because I don't really review the records. And I don't have much criteria. Like, I'm not picking records based on if it's 100% the dopest thing to me, because I'm looking at it from the standpoint of if an artist really, because what this platform does is it connects what you would call influencers across all social media platforms and live, like DJs that are actually live in the club. And it allows an artist who's serious about what they're doing to pay to get involved with those influencers. And it sounds
so you're the middleman, basically connecting the artist with a dope track with an influencer that they need in order to promote their record.
The platform Breaker.
Okay. And now, do you get a little piece of
absolutely no absolutely it pays for my time to do it. So in the past, had you come to me, I would have been like, that's shady, that's weird, like it felt like payola. But what I love about this platform,
that's today's day and age. You need promotion.
What I love about the platform is that I'm getting hit up every day in my DMs. I'm getting offered this. People just want to send music, like it's crazy. And then, there's people that are doing these deals with other people, and they're doing like these email deals, Cash App deals, and things don't happen for them. And then everybody gets mad, but there's no receipt, there's no paper trail, there's no promise. This platform, was dope about them is that they put the money basically in escrow, and the person, the influencer, has to do what they said they were going to do. And once it's done, they put a link in the platform that proves that they get paid. Then they get paid days later, proving that it was done. And it makes it a safe place for the influencer, quote unquote, and the artist to come together. And then it filters. Like, I can say, I only want boom bap hip hop to be submitted to me. And then the artist can say, I only want an IG influencer that has 1 million followers, and that's the only thing that's going to show him that or her who they want to submit to. Or they could say, I want a TikTok dancer to dance to my song, and then the TikTok people, they say, well, this is what it's going to cost, and boom, it's just like a safe.
That's great
for you to.
That's great, and you said it best, safe, because everyone's gonna. You know how many times that I have got hit up from artists that have gotten scammed, and it's like, I know I have a blue check, and I know I've been in this for a while, and I probably know them, but what is, I mean, I'm not like, Big U. I can't go get back your chain, once somebody stole it.
Right.
So, but I love the fact that, you do give kind of an impartial review, or at least your opinion of the song, being that you do have all these decades, in the industry. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to put your music now, well, not your music knowledge, but your music expertise to the test.
Right.
And so what would you rather hear? Would you rather hear a modern day, like today, like drill or trap song, or you want to hear a classic, like a dope boom bap track?
I'm open to whatever. So
okay, so, I want you to click on the link for Get Out or Keep Up.
Get Out or Keep Let me see. Is that what it's called? It says like something.
Now, well, there should be two links there.
There's Like I'm Kong, and let me see what this one is. And this one just says classic hip hop song. So
well, there should be a Dropbox link in the
Oh, I see it. I see it. My bad. Okay, let's see if we could play this joint. Yeah. Okay. Let's. That's dope, man. I like that.
Thank you very much, and just in time too, because we have our first special guest. But before I let him in, what'd you think of the track? What would you tell the artist? You know, whoever artist that is.
Well, first of all, the way that I do this, like I said, I don't really review the records, because I'm not trying to analyze the lyrical ability of any MC or any artist, and sometimes it's R&B. What I'm doing is I'm gonna critique the sound, the mix, you know, and how it's being presented to me. And from that standpoint, from what I could hear, it sounds dope. I do it on my iRig in my studio downstairs so that I'm hearing it properly and I'm presenting it properly. But yeah, everything sounded dope. I love the production is dope, the sampling, the cuts, even the horns in there. I heard some horns. I love everything. Sounded dope.
The trumpets are my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And as we're waiting for our first guest to come in to show you appreciation, and I gave everyone specific times and nobody followed them. So we're just gonna we're just gonna have
starting with me.
Yeah, we're just gonna have a bunch of fun with everyone. So let's see who pops up first. I don't know if you could see like the names on the screen. Hopefully,
I see my brother Epps. Seems like he's in the building.
Yes, sir. DJ Epps, Miami Epps in the building.
What up? What up, guys? Oh, what's going on? E, what's going on?
What's going on, dog?
Everything good, man. Everything's blessed, man. I heard we celebrating.
Yes, sir. We are celebrating EFN right now. I told him that he gives flowers to everyone, so it's time that he sits back and lets us praise him.
Appreciate that, fellas.
Listen, man. Me and this guy, we are coming from the same era, the same, I want to say neighborhood. I want to say the same, you know, cloth. Like EFN, I probably never really sat down to tell you this, man, but I have to say, man, you are one hardworking dude, man. And for what you've done for hip hop, what you've done for Miami, you know, I was side by side with you. It was either me, it was either EFN, it was either Irie, it was either Khaled. And you know, I think one time a magazine put us all together, and that shows that, you know what I mean?
It's all of us.
And, yeah. And EFN and his group, Crazy Hood, and I think I said this to somebody, or I said it on the comment box somewhere. Like his group, man, Crazy Hood Production, like I always wish my Night Breeders back in the days was as strong as their team, you know what I mean? They always kept it together. They always kept it family, you know what I mean? And I always loved that about his crew. And his mixtapes, man, he kept that going to a point that, you know, a lot of artists, including Nori, recognize his talent and his hustle. And for him to, and I just heard that Drink Champ story for the first time, how you guys came up with the name.
Really?
That was kind of dope and amazing, man. And and I know how much this guy loved Bacardi, so I believed every word.
Yeah, it went from Bacardi to Modelo.
Yep.
So I believe every word, and yeah, man. Yo, E, congratulations to all your success, man, and what you bring to this hip hop world, especially with the #1 podcast, Drink Champs. And you know, your family's beautiful. The team stays busy. You know what I mean? You make sure Drain has a job. You make sure Eddie and them, they still busy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Heckler with the pizza joint. Everybody is just moving, man. And yo, E, I salute you, my man.
Thank you, though. And like I was mentioning, man, it's like we're all a part of this scene in Miami that I feel like we all were in the trenches together. We all got our battle scars and put on for the city. And that was what the most important thing for me was. Like, it's cool, you know, that everybody sees it on a grander scale, but if we put on for Miami, which we all did, everybody he mentioned, that to me is my most you know, proud moment.
Definitely.
Well said. Well said. And Epps, I was telling him earlier that his presence in Florida was felt all the way up in New York. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he just, you know, helped shift the culture in Miami. He helped shift the culture, period. Because if we're hearing it in New York, that means that it had to be something special, because we always thought we were the shit back in the day. Like, oh, we're New York, fuck everybody else. But when, you know, when we heard an EFN mixtape, we were like, we got to listen to these motherfuckers on here because he's tapped in. So any real hip hop head knew about all of the mixtapes that he was dropping back in those days.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, not a lot of DJs, you know, think outside the box or go outside the box, especially Miami, man. Some people are just stuck in their ways and whatnot. But some of us, you know, we had to make sure we had to tap in with other. It didn't have to just be New York, man. We made sure we tapped in with LA. We tapped in with Jersey, ATL, and so on. But you know, at the same time too, New York was coming to the crib. And when they come to the crib, you know, like Uncle Luke said, you have to check in. Right. Whether it's with Epps, with the Khaled or EFN, you had to check in. You know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, that was
and it goes without saying. It goes without saying. Now, when you go to Miami, you need to check in with DJ Epps too. Okay, don't forget about that.
Absolutely.
I mean, definitely. Yeah. Why not? You know what I mean? You know,
I'm telling people, check in with DJ Epps, or I'm gonna come see you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We still knocking the clubs down. We still breaking records, you know what I mean? And we still those guys, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you got to check in with all of us, man, because why wouldn't you? Especially if you're networking, you got to get with us, period.
Yeah. Well said. Well said.
Let me tell you, man,
I appreciate you.
What's dope about, again, back to our scene, is like, we knew what we had in Miami. We knew what we had, even more specifically in Kendall, where me and Epps are from. You know, we got Epps, we got Khaled, we got DJ Craze, world-renowned, you know, turntablist. And we knew what we had in Miami, and we was very proud of it. And it was, none was gonna stop us from exhibiting that and doing our thing.
And what was great about it too, man, everybody had their own identity, their own lane. You know what I mean? Nobody stepped on each other's toes. And if we had to get up and do a party with each other, it was just all love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that about Miami. I wish New York acted like that. New York, we're a bunch of stuck-up motherfuckers towards each other. Like nobody wants anybody to shine. Everybody's trying to, step on, everyone's toes. It's like there's enough for all of us to eat out here. If we, what, I think it's the weather in Miami. It just makes you just a nicer person. I don't know what it is. I think I need to do some relocating.
Be surprised, Miami. We got our issues too.
No, we do. We do. There's a bunch of crabs in a bucket over here. Don't get it twisted, but everybody recognizes the real, and everybody knows the real hustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have thick skin down here too.
Well, listen, I appreciate you taking your time. I know that you are probably picking up your kids right now because you are, a father, and which also we're going to get into the fatherhoods, podcast.
I gotta get Epps on Fatherhood's podcast.
Yes, sir.
Oh
definitely.
yeah. I would love to do that. And also one more thing, man. I'm gonna just salute EFN again, for being part of the Rock the Bells family. And we showcasing his mixtapes, his shows going to Colombia and all that, Cuba. Just salute you guys, man. And Rock the Bells, we got your back. You know what it is, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man. Thank you, dog.
DJ Epps, I love you, brother. I'll definitely be chilling. We got to chill,
family.
at the Dream Hotel, rocking out in Florida when I was down there performing at Smoke
Hurry
Champ.
up and get back over here, Joe. Stop
I
playing.
definitely will. I will be down there. Epps, I love you, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Salute.
All right, brother.
Definitely.
Peace.
Yo, I'll check you later, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, dog.
No doubt.
So, and right now we have TeddyTed on the line, but you got to turn on your video, Ted. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Ted, he's there, but he's not there. I don't understand. Well, at least we got a picture of him.
The legend.
At least we got a picture of him in Special K. So hopefully, they go on.
Awesome2, bro. Fucking legend.
Yeah, those are my brothers right there. And I knew from the first time when me and you had spoke and you had you referred to them in such high regards, I was like, I need to have them on here for this one. So I hope Ted is listening and he can turn on his video so we can see his handsome face so we could chill. But until we do that, like I said, this is the EFN appreciation episode. Wanted to show you, as much love as we can from the hip hop community, because what you're doing for, our generation of hip hop, is tremendous. It gives me a new lease on life to actually want to continue to make music, because that's what I do, best. Okay, so so Ted signed in, but he's going to go to the according to the right time of 3:25 when he's supposed to come on. So I guess we got to wait for him. Unless, but no, we have other people that are jumping on, any second anyway. We have a whole bunch of guests. So, but before we do that, let's go to the classic hip hop joint, and I want you to actually, you know what? Wait 2 seconds, because we got the God that's coming in. So I know we got a whole bunch of shit going on, but it's all right though. It's like you and Nori, like calling different people. It's like, oh shit, we got Diddy on the line right now, and it's like, oh shit, we got Russell Simmons on the line. So right now we're waiting for the God to connect. Right now, I don't know if you could see, who it is, but you were just
Rob Lowe,
you were just
right there.
You were just on his show recently, Behind the Records. What a phenomenal episode. I love these shows that you're able to really tap in and, find out who they are as a person, because when you see that they're not a superhero, when they're just a human being and there's such relatable stuff to them, it brings you closer to them. Whereas back in the day, we had to wait like 3 months in a magazine article to find out anything about the artist.
And the article is not going to give you like that depth.
Right. And
words,
Yeah. Or the 15 minutes you got on like Yo MTV Raps, or, or Big Tigger The Basement. Well, shout out to Big Tigger, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The resurgence of that. Rob Love, what are you doing? Turn on your video, baby. We got to see your handsome face too. It's always being fashionably late. But you can check out Rob Love's show, Behind the Records, every Thursday night on IG Live, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. He has some of the greatest celebrities of yesteryear that if you want to figure out or know, like I do, about real hip hop history, he literally talks about it all the time. And the crazy thing is, me and him joke about it. His show is literally a rollout for the artists to get the Drink Champs. There's been like 7 artists that have been on his show, and then all of a sudden, boom, Drink Champs. It's like,
that's crazy.
like Jonesy, April Walker, which the April Walker episode was phenomenal. What a queen, man, and pioneer. But yeah, we joke about it all the time. It's like, before you get to Drink Champs, you gotta go through Rob Love first. He still controls you motherfuckers' careers. You know, been 20 years since he's been at Def Jam. He still controls shit. So waiting for his handsome face to come on.
You want me to play this joint?
Yeah. Let's play that joint.
Which
real
is the
fast.
one? The classic hip hop one?
Classic hip hop joint. Actually, nope. Here he is. There he is.
Oh,
there he is.
I am in the building.
Rob looking younger out here, man. He looking like a young man.
I've been trying to tell him to like tell me the secrets. He just said, "Listen, black don't crack." So there's nothing I can do to help you. I'm like,
Rob looked younger than the day I met him.
Yo, I gotta all right, so I gotta do this, man, because this is important, man. You see this guy right here? You know what I'm saying? And JopauL, you know you can appreciate this being from Staten Island and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking
of course.
Where the legendary TCD from the Force MDs, baby.
We were just talking about him.
Yeah, they don't get enough. They don't get enough recognition and props,
recognition.
Well, no, they get the
everything.
respect. They get the respect. They get the respect, but they don't get the recognition. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
And you know, sometimes acknowledgement is the best form of flattery and the best compliment. So I got to compliment EFN for being in here in the room with you, JopauL. What up, E?
What up, brother? What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I can't complain too much, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, brother. I just wanted to just pop in here and just you know, when JopauL told me that you was gonna be on, man, I was like, yo, man, anytime that guy shows up in the room, I want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I am there because he holds me in such high regards wherever he goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get calls from people, yeah, EFN was just talking about you. Yo, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or I get opportunities because EFN put the word in. So I really appreciate you, brother. And I just wanted to hop on here and say salutations.
Likewise, brother. Come on, it goes hand in hand. You did that for me when I came in, and you know, at least into the building where you were at, and you know, you've been my brother ever since, man. So thank you.
Thank you.
Rob,
who you got on this battle? Who you got on this battle, man?
I was going to ask that same question.
Oh, come on, man. Don't do that to me, brother. Two legends, bro. Two legends. They both winning. They both winning, man. They both winning.
Drink. You got to take a shot. That's it. You said both. You got to drink.
Yo, see, yeah, it's crazy because.
Okay, that's what y'all doing.
Nah.
I mean, shit, you know me. That's what I'm always doing.
Oh, shit. Who you got?
Wow.
Rob, who you got?
So, well, you guys know that Kane predicted the battle.
Yep.
The verses. Let me say that. He predicted the verses on my show. And because everybody was trying to put him against Rakim and the God, they two both, you know, now they both got knowledge of self, and it'd be a great lyrical confrontation or competition. Right. Mm-hmm. And then he said, well, it'll be more entertaining if it was me and KRS, which that's what we're going to have on Sunday. So, I'm torn because I don't know if there's a winner or a loser in that space. I don't know if
is.
I have some insight. There is a winner. And that's hip hop. Hip hop wins that night because two legends facing off, two totally different styles. One more lyrical, one more is from a battle rap perspective. And if you remember how KRS,
I think they're both equally lyrical, to be honest with you.
Agreed. But KRS has, you know, he was a battle rapper. He has a crowd moving type of dominance that I think might be a slight bit more entertaining, unless Kane gets into his bag. Like, remember when he like fumbled the mic and he's like, you know, I even dropped the mic, I pick it up and it sound good, you know. So it's going to be fun, but hip hop is going to win that night. So there might not be a winner between Kane and KRS, but hip hop will always win.
I think it's going to be the biggest expression of showmanship on a versus that we've seen yet. That's my prediction.
Well said.
I definitely agree with that. And I think, and I know for a fact, this is one thing that I do know for a fact. You're gonna leave with a greater and deeper understanding of why hip hop is so important and why hip hop is the voice of the world. You're gonna leave with that, because Khryst is gonna break down things that we see and take for granted every day and don't understand the words behind the meaning.
Yep.
And Kane is also gonna express how relative those words and attributes are to your current position. And that's what I think is gonna happen.
Look at Rob. Rob's a philosophizer. Given that's the whole breakdown.
Rob
right
knows
there.
what he's talking about.
Oh, listen, if anyone does, it definitely is him. Shit.
I live hip hop, and I just got off the phone with the great Eddie Levert from the OJs. And yo,
yeah, you doing legendary shit over there, Rob.
Hold on, wait a minute. You talking about breaking it down? He's like 80 years old, bro. And he is manifesting and breaking shit down where it still make you laugh. It be like, yo, how do you even know that? And he's hip. He's watching everything that's going on. He's aware, and he's still living life to the fullest, man. And for someone that's been making music for as long as the OJ has been making music, and the songs that they've made, that's so timeless. And man, it's just an honor just to even be on the line with him.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited. So expect a few very interesting twists that's going to come up. As it relates to what behind the records and what I'm doing on my platform, and I'm not selfish. You know what I'm saying? I spread the love with my community, and anything that you guys ever need, I'm here for you.
Nah, thank you, Rob. I always appreciate it, man.
Rob, love you, brother.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you always.
Thank you, man. I'm going to the green room to get a drink, and you guys continue on, man, as you were.
Do your
Yes,
thing,
sir.
man.
I appreciate you. Great Rob Love. I wish we had like the studio audience, like, and hopefully eventually I'm going to take this podcast to, some sort of a traveling platform. I mean, the good thing is about, having a core audience that kind of supports me, that I've grown, which has been pretty crazy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know that you follow me and, but I'm sure there's 1,000 things that are on your plate, but how I've grown this, from the ground up, in just a year's time. It's like from being in the industry for 25 years and never asking a favor from anyone and just being in the cut and just kind of playing my position. Because, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm white and I'm Jewish. So,
I don't know, you could be Latino. You look Latino to me.
I mean, people think I'm Latino because mi madre no profesora de español. So yo comprendo español un poquito. Like when I went to Costa Rica, I was talking, and I was able to understand.
Pura vida over there?
Yeah, pura vida. I love Costa Rica. The one place in the world that prides themselves on not having a world conflict. So, but I've always been in the cut, like not really doing anything. So, or asking for favors because I feel like I needed to earn my position, especially being from Staten Island, because we were almost like the outcasts. If you ain't down with Wu-Tang, then it's like, okay, then who the fuck are you? And speaking of Wu-Tang, what the fuck happened? What happened with you guys? I heard like there was some beef going on.
Definitely nothing happened with Wu-Tang.
No, I know that. I know with like Shyeim KillaArmy and KillaArmy, and big shout out to Shyeim, big shout out to Don Pacino, KillaArmy.
Absolutely.
That's my man right there. I was gonna have Don Pacino come on because he's like, there's no love lost. He's like, I love EFN, I love what he does for the culture, and shit, when I'm drunk, I say some shit too. It's like, shit happens, but the way that it all played out, it was getting a little weird. I was like, is this gonna really get to?
Yeah, no, it definitely got weird, and I guess just to put a cap on it, which we just had Shyeim on DrinkChamps is coming out.
Okay, cool.
So just to say that, and
it was funny as hell when KillaArmy was like, me and RZA just spoke, and we've got $1 million for me to box you, Nori. That
wasn't KillaArmy. That was Ninth Prince.
Not Ninth Prince. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've been drinking. I've been drinking this whole time. Apologies. Do not revoke my Staten Island Shaolin card.
And look, and you know, I've said this several times, and when it was all going down, I didn't, you know, and I'm not saying Nori did, but when it came to how it all started, in terms of me saying Shah's name, and I talked to him, we talked in depth about this already, in person. I never said it out of disrespect, me personally, you know, but me as part of a platform with my partner Nori, take full responsibility for anything that comes out that might have been an oversight or should have just never happened.
I respect that about you, because it's like, you know, you're willing to, you stand on principle, and you don't have really, from the year or so that I've gotten to know you, I don't feel like you have a malicious bone in your body. So when you guys did apologize, like, the sincerity of it was, you know, I felt it was like above and beyond, you know, because it's like you can clearly see that there was no malice behind it, you know, but I think it just got blown out of proportion, and that's what hip hop does. You know, it just, you know, sometimes just likes to take something and make it like so much bigger than it really is. And it's like, you know, the fact that you guys had to even like squash it, I thought it was a little.
Well, I mean, I think there's not a lot of media. I don't think a lot of media outlets necessarily ran with it, but plenty did run with it. And the way that they clickbaited the titles, I think was very deceiving, and shows you still that, you know,
it was like Nori shits on Shyeim,
or
DJ EFN,
or DrinkChamps, something Wu-Tang. Like, it was just out of control. And, you know, that ends up adding fuel to the fire. But of course, it really wasn't all of that. But I will say this, which I didn't really truly grasp until, you know, we linked with Shyeim, and I don't know when this is coming out. I would like, I don't know, that episode to come out before this is actually kind of.
If you need me to wait, then you let me know, because listen, when the Podfather tells me to do something, I'll do it. So,
but what was definitely insightful is Shyeim really explained the position that he felt that he was put in, even though understanding when he looked back at everything that when his name was said, it wasn't said in a malicious way, but it was said along, you know, a grouping of words that could be taken in a negative way. And he really explained his position to me, where I didn't look at it the way he explained it, and I understood it better, where he was coming from, where the anger was coming from, where everything, like where he had to go on the offense,
on the offensive.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I understood it. Let's just say I understood it, where it was coming from. But
yeah, I'm just glad like you guys are past that now, because I thought it was like I thought it was a waste of journalism. You know, I mean, I'm glad that, like, you know, in a way, I'm glad it happened, because I feel like Shyeim does need, you know, people to know who the fuck he is.
Absolutely, he's a fucking legend.
He's a legend, you know.
That's why I said his name, because of, in my mind, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to make sure we acknowledge it. We're talking about the Wu-Tang world, the affiliates. We need to mention Shyeim. You know, he's the one of the first. So
that's a fact, and so, got the legendary, you know, like, you know, verse with, you know, Tupac and Biggie. You know,
hands down.
Yeah, Shyeim was I mean, I was like literally the same age as him growing up. So it's like the first person that I rapped to, you know, outside Wagner High School, when like my boys were like this, like yo, that Shyeim over there. Like, that was the first person I rapped to. And then he gave me like the, you know, I mean, because, you know, he doesn't want to be like, oh yeah, you dope. But he's like, okay. So Shyeim is a legend in Staten Island. So
he is a legend.
You know,
he is a legend, yeah.
You know, and I'm glad that like DrinkChamps has the platform to really show the world what kind of legend he really is.
And all those guys are legends in my book. You know what I'm saying? You know, so all those guys were on all my mixtapes. You know, any of the people that were mentioned, and ones that weren't mentioned that felt offended. That whole universe is a part of my DNA. So to think, that's why, like, for me, like, for anybody to think that I was being malicious, it fucked me up. And at the end, I felt like we were like, it was like we were being cannibalizing ourselves as a culture, in terms of like, who was the people beefing with each other is like the people that should least be ever, you know, beefing with each other.
Exactly. I mean, I even listen, I even reached out to Jay, you know, Jay, and shout out to Jay Havana. What a solid dude. Like, I mean, to have him on your team, like, I'm sure is a breath of fresh air. But I even reached out to him as soon as it happened. I was like, listen, I kind of know the people, you know, over here. You know, I know you guys, if you need me to mediate for any reason.
No, he told me, and I appreciate that. It's just, you know, I was just letting everything go through what it needed to go through. And, you know, and I knew that it was all going to be worked out. I knew it was. And behind the scenes, everybody was talking. So, you know, it's all good, man. And
good. I'm glad we're past it. And
it's definitely past it. And I think in better for it, I think at the end of the day, because we needed to go through that too, to be honest with you. That's something we needed to acknowledge too, that something like that could happen, you know, and we need to be more responsible with some of the things that are said and done on Drink Champs as well.
I couldn't agree more, because sometimes, you know, I take my platform for granted. I'm like, I feel like it's just us talking, but meanwhile, like I'll spit some like outlandish shit, oh, there he is, TeddyTed, the Awesome2, or at least half of it.
What up? What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you loud and clear.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, legend?
My dog, TeddyTed. Welcome to the Verified Podcast platform. I appreciate you. Hold on, you gotta unmute. You guys do it. You gotta unmute your phone. No, now you're good.
No, now you're good. You're good.
And we also got DV Alias Khryst, if he ever shows his handsome face, you know, that's about to pop in here too.
Right there.
Oh, that's my man.
Oh, of course. Listen, this is a family affair, baby. You know how we do. I mean, listen, I was telling EFN that, you know, he gives his flowers to everyone. So it's about time that, you know, us, you know, as, you know, voices of the hip hop community show our appreciation back to him. So I needed to have the legend TeddyTed on here, because part of the Awesome2, if you guys don't know who TeddyTed is, Google that motherfucker. You need to know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, big up EFN, man. You know, I was in your area recently. I should have reached out, but
I feel like you guys, for as long as I can remember, you guys have been in Miami doing stuff, and that's what was always dope to me and inspirational to me is to be able to meet and see you guys and talk to you guys, whether it be in the conferences or just, you know, you guys doing a club out here, and you know, to actually, you know, sit and talk to these legends that you hear about. That was impactful for me, you know.
I appreciate it. You know, we love the palm trees and the weather, so we got to come down and represent all the time.
What was it? Do me a favor, Ted, tell me about the first time you got introduced to EFN.
That's a good question.
If you can remember that far back. I know we smoke a lot of weed, so, you know,
I can tell you the first time I met them, if I'm not wrong, it was definitely at a music conference. It might have been How Can I Be Down?
Okay.
And I think you guys,
you were probably promoting Heather Hunter's record.
No, that's before that.
Oh, I definitely remember you guys coming with Heather Hunter to the Marlin Hotel. I used to do, I don't know if I was doing my party that night, but I used to do a party there, and it was around one of the conferences as well. And I remember you guys rolling up with her and being there. I mean, you guys used to always be in town. I mean, you're still coming around. And like I said, man, to see you guys and talk to you guys and the humility that you guys showed at the status that you guys are in hip hop was big for me, man. It really inspired me.
It's much appreciated. And obviously we proud of what you're doing, taking it to the next level, you know, so just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Indeed.
So Ted, how you doing? What have you been up to? I know that, you know, every Friday night, you know, you're killing, you know, Scratch Vision, you know, with Special K. So, yeah, that's a little shameless plug right there.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Every Friday, 8 o'clock, you know, we playing that real hip hop, new artists, old artists, classic artists, everything. So, you know, doing it like we've always done. Scratch Vision, you know, that's DJ Scratch platform. And so, you know, we on there, we trying to support him as well, you know?
All right.
So definitely come check it out when you know, if you ain't doing nothing on a Friday, 8 o'clock, it's on.
And he always plays the classic joints, and they still got it. Like, they ain't just like programming, you know.
Oh no, I know that.
They're Denons or anything like that. Like they still spinning vinyls, you know, they still killing it out there. And Ted, I appreciate you, you know, being the legend that you are, treating me, you know, like just like a normal person, you know, and allowing me to be in your presence most of the time, because we have a lot of fun when we get blitzed up with them blunts. So, you know, so keep staying as cool as you are. Cool like the other side of the pillow, my brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I just wanted to come in and give y'all guys a shout out today, man, you know?
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Keep doing what y'all doing. And I will see you soon.
Yes, sir. I'm a holla at you. We definitely gonna get up soon.
Peace.
My brother. Love you.
My brothers. Peace.
And see, let's see who else we got coming. We got the General, DV, the government. Just waiting for him to connect his video. See, I tried to pull out all the stops. That's why when we had to cancel the first one, I went into a depression for that like half a day. I was
bad about that as well.
No, it's quite all right. Was that the one where you had to like race, and do the Nick Cannon interview?
I think so. I think we ended up doing.
Then you get a pass.
Yeah.
And I forgive you. The government, DV Alias Khryst. Move, stomp, move, stairs.
Bang, bang, bang. The fuck is up, EFN?
What it do, legend?
What's good, my guy? You know what's so crazy? I was talking about you to one of my video directors. Shout out to Flow Vision Media, and I was also talking to you with my producer Funk Star, who produced the Ming project that I got out. I see you had reposted one of the joints off of that. Yep. And I was telling him, I said, when I met the God, I was at the time dealing with Paula P. Mm-hmm. She had the 104 Blaze platform. And I don't know what the fuck just happened. iPhone.
Somebody else joined, and they're not on mute right now. So,
okay.
They're not.
Yeah, but I was telling them, I was like, yeah, man, I remember DJ EFN from back in the was it Crazy Hood or?
Yeah, that's my crew, Crazy Hood Productions. Yep.
Yeah, Crazy Hood Productions and shit, and y'all had the spot in Miami, the store and shit with all the merch.
Crazy goods.
I was like, these niggas is doing it out here. And then I had met Khaled too. That's like Khaled was like just getting the fuck with Joe.
Yep.
And he was DJing Club Cave. And I walked past, he walked past me and I was like, hey, yo, Khaled. He's like, who you? I'm a Brooklyn nigga. I'm about ready to fuck this nigga. Like, and I was like, DV Alias Khryst. He's like, oh shit, I used to smoke blunts to your shit, nigga. So I was just reflecting on that. And as I was reflecting, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta call in. So it was like subconscious that I was talking about you and forgot that I even had to do the fucking, the pop up and, give you your roses type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely gotta salute you, my nigga. Like I've known you now for a good 15 years.
Yeah.
And I've watched you metamorphosize, from the shit that you was once doing to now to doing the shit that you doing now. You know what I'm saying? Like just that whole gradual process. And you just stay consistent and stuck to your guns and never conformed with what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like even working with niggas like McGruff and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of niggas don't know your handle. You know what I'm saying? Like even to your ties and connections with strange music and just all this shit that you've been doing. And then you broke a lot of records too. You know what I'm saying? You Epps. You know what I'm saying? Like just your contributions prior to Drink Champs. A lot of niggas don't know a lot of those contributions that you brought to the table, even for niggas like myself. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to tell him. I was like, you are gonna get your roses today. He's like, nah, I don't really feel like that. I was like, well, listen, you're gonna sit back and you're gonna take these compliments today.
And I gotta learn today too out the gate, because I know I was supposed to, jump on that project that you was working on at the time.
Right.
And I don't think I was really feeling I did a hook and then you wasn't feeling the hook. You wanted me to do something else.
Is that what happened?
I sent you a hook. It was too soft. Because I was trying to do something that I felt probably would have just worked for radio and you wanted that grungy shit. So I had to come back to the drawing board, and by the time I did, you was already done with the project.
We're gonna get it in with something else then.
Yeah, you came up with some other shit, but you know, I just gotta apologize because I'm always quick on the draw when it comes to like, you know, sending over hooks or sending over music and shit like that. So I know you don't give a fuck, but it definitely wasn't no personal shit.
Nah, nah, come on. You know I didn't take it that way.
Nah, bro. Like, and
real quick though, what I want to say about you was dope, and this is, you know, when I try to tell people about building relationships and knowing solid people and keeping those people, you know, at least within a network or circle. Like, we met so long ago, and yeah, we might not talk on the regular. It might be a year or two past, but we like tap in every so often, and it's consistent.
Right.
And you know, and I appreciate that from your part, and that it's always receptive, and it didn't matter whether I was doing something that's popping or not popping. And likewise, I hope you feel the same way.
Yeah, 100%. Because I mean, I'm gonna say this too about you. You always manage to mention my fucking name when people don't.
Facts. Fucking
always.
Facts.
Anytime someone is mentioning and they mention something or they mention Smooth and Trigger, you make sure you bring my name into the fold. Like, and then it's like, oh yeah, right, Khryst, DV Alias Khryst, right, this, that, and third. Yeah, and I see that look in your face like, yeah, motherfucker, you can't forget Khryst. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, you can.
That shit, man, because, you know, and not taking nothing from anybody I'm about to mention, but like, you know, when I see Jay-Z or I see certain individuals that I came up with, I get my flowers behind the scenes. And I don't feel that they purposely do that. You know, it would just be the moment of when I bump into niggas.
Right.
But for as much as I feel that I have contributed, you know what I'm saying? The way niggas be trying to sweep me under the rug sometimes is crazy. I'm like, you sweeping a fucking dinosaur, you trying to sweep a Tyrannosaurus Rex under a carpet? I will bite the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sweep a motherfucker like me, bro. I know this business better than some of the niggas that's been in it longer than me. I mean, I don't have the success per se that some of my peers have, but I damn sure maintained a 25-year career without having to drop 10 albums. I stayed relevant for 25 years without having to drop 10 albums. I've been able to feed my family and take care of myself off of this shit without having to have 10 albums and be a fucking dick rider and conform to what other people were doing. Absolutely. And I have to say that it's because of individuals like you that I've been able to maintain the distance, because you've been able to keep my name in conversations even when I wasn't around. Because I know there's a few people that have told me that you've mentioned my name when I wasn't around. So sometimes it ain't even about what the fuck a nigga say on camera. It's about what he say when you ain't there.
Right.
And I appreciate the fuck out of you, bro. Like, I'll blow a nigga head smooth off his shoulders for you if it ever came down to it. That's no cap, because they don't make individuals like you too much no more, bro. Like, we need you to stay around, and Nori too, for as long as you motherfuckers could stay around, because it's platforms like what you guys have. And even now I see Champ got the Smoke Champs and all this shit. Like, it's these platforms that keep individuals per se like myself relevant and alive. And if anybody that's smart, that's conversing with you or being on these platforms that you have, if they were smart, they would definitely utilize when they do these interviews to put some fucking music out. Why don't these cats you in it? I be like, yo, when I seen the interview with Cormega, I was like, put a fucking song out. When the shit happened with Shyeim and all of that, even y'all said what y'all said, and it has some relevance to what y'all was talking about. I knew what y'all meant.
Right.
I know how
we literally just got done talking about it before you signed on.
I know how it came across, but I know what you guys meant. It just came across harsh because it was straightforward.
Right.
But that was the opportune time for them to drop some shit. Shyeim, my brother, I love him to life. He know that. but he was supposed to drop a fucking banger after all of that energy. You only get a fucking week of that energy algorithm-wise, and it's a wrap. They niggas is on to the next shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's crazy. Got something
bubbling right now, though.
Yeah, it's crazy that even like y'all negatives support the positives.
That's a good way of putting it.
Shit, it's the yin and yang of the situation. I mean, listen, you can't have the light without the darkness. So,
but look, really quick, what I want to say is about mentioning names and stuff. My thing is like, we can't let people rewrite history, man. Like, history is history.
Facts.
And a lot of times, you know, just because you don't see somebody anymore, you just want to not mention something, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to me, man, because we all are gonna be the same thing. There's gonna be a point where maybe I don't do Drink Champs anymore, and I need someone now to keep my name out there while I'm in transition. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So that's the way we got to operate, man. Like, you know, it's the golden rule. You know, do unto others what you want done to yourself.
Exactly.
And I try to operate like that. I try my best. You know.
Yeah, man. I mean, I spoke to Smooth probably about 2.5 weeks ago.
He was supposed to jump on,
and he told me that
that might have been his iPhone that was logging in. Maybe
he told me that he had spoke with you brothers or whatever.
Now we're gonna make that happen.
You know, whatever.
That's gonna happen.
Yo, listen. Matthew's verse 20:16, if you're familiar, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. You know, when it's, let me tell you something. I ain't holding no motherfucking punches. Period. Because I heard Irv Gotti go up there and talking his shit. Yeah, I got some shit to say too. Yeah, how about I was signed to you before Ja Rule came to the label? So where the fuck he get his singing?
That's right. Oh, you mean when he went to Def Jam, right?
Yeah. Where did he get his singing from? Yep. Because he was a part of Cash Money Clique. He wasn't singing in that group.
Right.
So where the fuck the singing came from? And you was my A&R. So don't talk about me and Trig like Def Jam just handed you some shit that you didn't want to fuck with. You took from both those energies and created half of what the fuck you was doing.
All right.
So I got a lot of shit.
No, we're gonna talk that talk.
Oh my God, like it's a wrap, especially that whole East Coast Nate Dogg shit. Like, miss me with that bullshit, because nobody calling Nate Dogg the East Coast Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then none of these niggas on the fucking East Coast was even utilizing me except for niggas on the underground, because the labels was telling them niggas to deal with Nate Dogg. So don't call me no motherfucking East Coast Nate Dogg. Don't disrespect me like that. Like, and I don't mean disrespectful like he's not talented. Don't disrespect me taking away from my individual space.
Right, your own legacy. Right.
We're nothing alike.
The general.
He cannot produce. He cannot engineer. I am a fucking CEO. I am a business mogul. I am a fucking music consultant. I'm not just some fucking artist.
Right.
So how you gonna place me in the space of someone who only does hooks? I'm not only a fucking hook maker. I wrote songs. I wrote hits for people out here. I produced hits for motherfuckers out here. I was a part of classic records. Yeah. How's that get swept under the rug? How you gonna take away from my credit and give it to somebody else? Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, when we did I just gave you a little prequel of what the fuck I'm gonna wind up talking about. But
I feel you, especially because we've had this conversation before. It's like when everyone referred to me as like the New York Pitbull because I had a bald head and Ray-Ban sunglasses and light skin like him. I was like, not to take away from, I mean, I'd love to have a fraction of his demographic, to, listen to my records. And I was doing the dance with, lyrics behind it. But it's like, don't label me as like, the pit bull of New York. I'm JopauL. If anything, like say, oh, that's the JopauL of lyric enforcer of what he used to be, in the New York game. I have my own individuality. So I can completely understand when people say the East Coast Nate Dogg. And I apologize because I probably referred to you like that.
A lot of people have.
So I apologize.
Shit. EFN has said it too before. A lot of people said it, but it's not. I'm not condemning y'all for that. I'm just letting it be known. And I feel like doing platforms like this, doing platforms, you know, like Drink Champs, will allow me to substantiate my flag in the soil. Like, yo, nah, nigga, really check for me and you'll see how fucking genius I am. I mean, respectfully speaking, ain't nobody fucking with me. Who?
That's a fact. I mean, DV got a couple joints coming out. He
murdered some serious shit. Like, there's no one out more fucking diverse than I am. I got house music out. I done did country music. I done did all kind of shit and still come back to the block and niggas fuck with me. I could fucking stop doing rap tomorrow and be a fucking R&B singer and niggas will fuck with that. So when it's all said and done, yeah, all right, cool. Everybody talking they shit. You know, shout outs to the Griseldas and everybody, but I'm talking my shit now. Fuck all that humility. Cause anybody wants smoke, niggas know what time it is.
I love
There's
DV.
Nobody fucking with me. No.
I'm producing your movie and we're calling it Christ Almighty.
Nobody.
No
like
question.
Look at the cloth I'm cut from though. I'm coming from Smooth and Trigger. Like I'm coming from a unique cloth of rap individuals.
Yeah, that was an incredible movement too.
Exceptional.
You get what I'm saying? Like, don't put me in the space of no Drake or none of these. These niggas not fucking with me. I don't give a fuck how much money niggas got behind them. Cause I tell a nigga like this, we want to URL this motherfucker, then give me a label and let them niggas give me an unlimited budget like they give Drake and these niggas and watch what the fuck I do to niggas. Anybody could fucking be nice with a fucking record label budget or some drug money behind them. This shit is all muscle. I bust my ass for this shit. I worked fucking odd jobs and saved money and did all kind of shit to push my career. I could have sold crack. Me and my nigga sold more fucking drugs in New York than any nigga I know. I didn't take that fucking route.
It's just us here, nobody else.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not going the easy route with my shit, bro. I didn't go hook up with I didn't go sign to no Young Money or run to be a part of no crew or no fucking clique to get on. I've been doing this shit from the muscle. When niggas see my videos, they see me by myself. They don't see 20,000 niggas with me. I don't do none of that type of shit. So yeah, it's easy for a nigga to walk around and say, oh, they the greatest and all this shit because they got all this money and shit behind them. But let's see you do what I'm doing from the muscle and talk that I'm the illest nigga shit. Money be making these niggas say they the illest. I'm the illest for real, period. And I've never spoke out like this before. I've always been meek and very humble and, you know, trying to get along with everybody.
Yeah, I like this DV. I like when you speak up. You're too humble sometimes. Now,
yeah, but then now I start seeing niggas walking past and bigging up niggas that I even wrote some shit for or worked on some shit for. I'm like, wait the fuck a minute. How you walk around talking about you the nicest nigga and I wrote your shit? I'm like, all right. The gloves is off.
You got to save some of this for Drink Champs, man. Don't give it all away. Sorry.
I got so much for Drink Champs, it's not even funny. But I'm letting it be known when I come on the show.
This is great. I'm just having fun right now. So just listen, it's your show. I'm just sitting back.
When I come on the show, I'm letting niggas know, bro. There's no one out. I don't care who it is fucking with me. No one. And they fucking know it. They just been waiting to see if I know it. I've been knew it. I always had this community-based concept with hip hop because that's the cloth I'm cut from. I'm cut from the community-based side of hip hop where we were a community. So I moved through this shit communal. You know what I'm saying? But the gloves is off because niggas are suckers. You know what I'm saying? You can't show these niggas love. You show these niggas love behind your back, they saying you on their dick and shit like that. Or these legend niggas is on our dicks and all this other shit. No, this legend nigga gonna smoke every last one of you niggas.
This is why I've remained. Me and DV have been like close friends for like 20 years, and this is exactly because DV, the alias, the general, it's the government. that was probably the greatest rant I've ever heard in 20 years come out of you. Thank you, EFN. You brought it out of me.
I'm just saying, like, because if anybody could counteract what I'm saying and say anything different, then put your artists up with the money.
Right.
Put the fucking niggas up with the money, and I will destroy these niggas, bro. Fuck all. Listen, we ain't fuck lyrics and all of that. Niggas already know lyrically I get busy. We talking about songs. Drake can't get on stage and sing live. That shit is Melodon and auto-tune. Yeah, you want to do a verses? Do a verses with me where you create 6 songs that nobody don't know, and I create 6 songs that nobody don't know, and we do a fucking verses based on that.
That's a TV show right there. Y'all gotta fucking produce that shit.
Fuck is we talking about? Maybe we need to produce that shit.
Listen, I just want 10% for being a part of this.
I'm just saying, nigga, like, I'm just saying, EFN, nigga, y'all niggas got the platform. It's no different than motherfucking Swiss Beats and motherfucking Timberland doing something. Yeah, we could do that. Fuck this versus shit niggas is doing. Because it's easy to verse a nigga off of old catalog. Fuck out of here. You go in the studio with a new producer, nobody knows, that we fucking pick. And you go in there and create 6 songs with that nigga, and the next nigga go create 6 songs, and we do the verses on those 6 songs. And you gonna see a lot of niggas losing their motherfucking fans. Because they ain't got their ghost.
Sign me up for that
one. They don't have no ghostwriters in the fucking studio. You can't have nobody in the studio but you and the fucking producer. Engineer. Not your mans. None of them niggas whispering in your ear like, yo, son, you should go this way or go this way.
Yeah, you should say something like that. Make sure, give him a skirt, skirt.
I'm smoking everybody. Guarantee you. I don't give a fuck who put any nigga up to this 6-song challenge with me. I'ma smoke the fuck out of him.
I'm just imagining this on
DrinkChamps.
Duce and Ciroc.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, nigga. I ain't really a drinker, so you won't get that out of me.
You gonna drink that day.
Nah, I'm
gonna make sure of it. You gonna drink that day.
Nah, we'll just load you up with smoke champs.
Yeah, you smoke, nigga. You smoke me out, nigga. I'm gonna stand up on niggas like, yup. Fuck this niggas want to do. So, oh, word, that's what you working with, blood?
Oh yeah, we got this available in California right now.
Oh shit! I need that.
Represent Smoke Champ and shameless plug, the Ghost exclusive right over here. Thank you. Shout out to the plug. Ghost.exclusive on Instagram.
I wanted to say this to you though too, EFN. I have a platform that I'm involved with now called Smoke Sessions, which, you know, oddly enough, right?
Right.
And Smoke Sessions is pretty much like how Colors and Tiny Desk and shit. It's pretty much a platform that's going to allow, you know, like our top tier and even mid-tier artists to come on the platform, and my director shoots actual music videos for the freestyles and shit like that we're going to be launching on Smoke Sessions. So I'm going to be conversing with you and shampooing niggas and trying to tie Smoke Champs and Smoke Sessions and, you know, kind of like alliance all of this shit together.
Definitely.
You know, we had Smoke Sessions probably about 10 years ago, but, you know, due to other, you know, scenarios, that shit fell off. But the way, you know, things are moving virally now, it'd just be very intelligent, you know, for me to be a part of something like that with the amount of MCs that I know and just the amount of MCs that pass through Smoke Champs and Drink Champs. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, once again, I'm community-based, bro. We all fuck with each other. Ain't no reason why none of this shit can be tied in and niggas do some shit. It's just green paper and green weed at the end of the fucking day.
You know, that's my motto. I didn't even know you was jumping on and I had to share your shit today. I'm like, oh, Christ got something out. Let me repost this, man. This is my man's right here. I didn't know you was jumping on here today.
Yeah, I always, I mean, well, that is crazy because that's why I've been reposting a lot of my shit, because I've been dropping so much music, it's been going past niggas' faces. I got over 30-something videos.
Yeah, you got to keep hitting them with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
bring it back, bring that old shit back, like everything, because people just don't even know. Like, I'm still promoting my album, the album from 2015. Like, people like, yo, you got a new album? I'm like, nah, it's new to you. You know what I'm saying?
It's brand new if you never heard it before. So if you got music that's, listen, real music is timeless. It really doesn't matter whatever the trend is for the day. A good song is a good song. Me and DV just did a listening session with I didn't do music the entire pandemic because people are dying. So I didn't want to do, I was not inspired, and then I created this platform. But since, you know, things have gotten better, I got vaccinated. I literally have done 31 songs in 2 months. So I needed DV to basically listen to everything. There was one song that he didn't like out of the entire thing. So I'm at, you know, I'm having the most fun that I'm ever having.
The shit, everything I heard was dope, except for that. And the one song that I didn't like, it wasn't whack. It was just too wasn't strong enough based on all of the other records that I actually heard.
Right. Agreed. I agree completely. And listen, I will take the critiques from a 30-year legend who's an actual singer than any of these industry dudes right now.
And it's crazy because
my bad, but I'm actually have to bounce in a couple minutes. I gotta pick up my kid from school.
Facts.
Oh shit. Then let me sign up. DV, I love you. Tell everyone who you are and where they can find you.
Yeah, my name is DV Alias motherfucking Khryst.
The legend.
And I'm here with DJ EFN and motherfucking JopauL. And I love you brothers to life, man. And I appreciate all the love. I appreciate you, DJ EFN, man. Like, you know, whatever you need from me, you know, I got you. Let's definitely talk about that song verses. I think that shit could be rather interesting if we put some shit like that together. Hip hop is a competitive sport, and all of this friendly bullshit niggas got going on need to stop, because it's fucking with how the music needs to be ranged. Music was powerful when we was coming up because everybody was in competition with
right.
All this friendly fire shit, niggas dissing each other and kissing and making up. Fuck all that shit, man. Keep the competitive edge quintessential in the music so we could keep the bar raising. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So, you know, with all that being said, man, I just want to continue to send you blessings and prayers, even to just your family and just everything that you're doing, my brother. And God bless you, man, for real.
Thank you, man. Back at you,
Thank you, DV. I appreciate you. I'm gonna hit you up later. I'm gonna hit you up when I get done.
I love you like a monkey love bananas, nigga.
Shit, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Here,
I call you a little bit, DV.
All right, y'all. Salute.
Peace, brother.
All right.
EFN, before I close out, you know, I just wanted to, you know, once again say I appreciate all the time that you spend here. I know that we've definitely taken up a lot of your time. You got to go. So
we could do a part 2 of this to connect it if you want.
Absolutely. Listen, you can bring me on Drink Champs with DV if you want. You know, that's completely.
Come with him. Come when he comes. Come through.
Oh, I definitely will. I mean, listen, like I said, DV's been my brother for like 20 years. You know, like we were in the group, you know, SMG, was Smooth the Hustler, Trigger the Gambler.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
We were the whole clique. So, yeah, I'd like to leave you with a quote that I apply to life, that I sign off all of my podcasts with. And I know that you live your life like this, which basically is, we are all just here for a small cup of coffee. I'm just trying to drink it while it's still hot. I'm your boy, I am JopauL. We were just chopping it up with DJ EFN. We have been brought to you by Radio Pushers and Results and No Hype. Also by Major Papers. Make sure you check them out at majorpapers.com and by Ghost.exclusive. DJ EFN, I love you to life, brother.
My
you
brother,
take care.
I appreciate you, dude. For real, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much, bro.
No problem. Anytime.
Peace.